This is my quick and easy way to tell if my music ads are winners or losers. Hey, it's John here at Hyped. I'm running music ads for my latest release on Spotify, and I want to know, how do they perform? I can see in Spotify for artists that I'm getting lots of listeners and streams for my song, but because Spotify doesn't have what's called attribution in the marketing world, meaning the ability to tell where exactly a particular listener or stream came from, what I'm going to do is take a look at my campaign analytics to tell whether my ads are driving real listeners and streams over to my song on Spotify. This might sound difficult, but it's really easy. Let me show you on my screen. I'm logged into Hyped. I'm looking at my dashboard, and this is the campaign that I started exactly a week ago for my song Oops Baby. And you can see that it is 7 days old because I launched the campaign at $5 a day, and the total budget right now is about $35. So it's been exactly a week. Now, before I dive in and I look at the metrics of this campaign, I want to be completely transparent here. This campaign is only a week old, which means that no matter how it does, I'm gonna keep it running. I've seen too many campaigns that started off with a relatively slow performance for the first week, the second week, the third week, and then all of a sudden they took off because it just needed that extra time and the extra data to learn, and for Facebook and Instagram to really hone in on the perfect audience for that song. So the lesson that I've been taking away from those instances and that I now apply to all my releases is to let the campaign run for at least 4 weeks before I make any decisions of whether I let the campaign run, I turn it off, or I might even increase the budget. But nonetheless, I still like to check in, see how the campaign is doing, and share that process with you. My focus for this health check is on 2 key metrics. The first one is engagement, and the second one is cost per click. And I'm not so much interested in what those numbers are today. What I'm really interested in is how are they trending? And to do this on my Hyped dashboard, I'm just going to come over here to the analytics icon and I'm going to click on this. This opens up the timeline for this track, and this is really what I want to be focused on. But before I scroll down there, I'm going to make sure that I have the time frame set to all time. I really want to see the campaign from its start all the way through to today. And in this case, that's already set up correctly. All right, so now here I am. I can see the total number of visits for this campaign, the total number of clicks, and I see the engagement rate. But again, that doesn't tell me how things are trending. In order to see the trend line, I want to use the timeline below. And these are the 2 metrics here that I'm primarily focused on: cost per click, and then engagement, which is link clicks per visit. And I do want them to trend in opposite directions. So let me start with link clicks per visits. That is a great metric to measure how engaged the audience is that I'm getting from Instagram and Facebook over to my music on Spotify. And the reason why this is so important, that the higher the engagement rate, the bigger the results are usually on Spotify, which means more listeners, more streams per listener, more saves, more followers, just a more engaged audience. For a new release, I don't expect to come out of the gate with the highest engagement rate possible, but I do want to see that the campaign performance is improving, and therefore I want the engagement rate to trend up. So on my graph here, this is the red line. And if I hover over here, I can see that this engagement rate started out at about 5%, and then next day, 7.8%, 13.8%, 18.4%. So you can see that it trends up in general. I don't expect it to literally go up every day. That's usually not how ads work. There's always going to be a little bit of zigzag, a little bit up and down. But if I were to just eyeball a trend line across these different data points here, I want to make sure this is pointing upwards. And so for the red line here, this is clearly an upwards trending line. And that looks good. I want the engagement rate to be trending up, and this one is definitely trending up. And so next, I'm heading over to the cost per click metric. And here, I want to see the exact opposite. Cost per click is how much am I paying for a music fan who comes off of Instagram and Facebook to then click over from the smart link into Spotify. And so I want this number to be as low as possible. And similar to the engagement rate, a new promo campaign is not likely to come out of the gate with the best possible cost per click. But as the campaign improves, I want to see this slowly trending down. And so again, if I hover my mouse over here, I can see this campaign came out of the gate on its first day with a cost per click of 29 cents. Then we have 34, we have 30, we have another day with 30, we have 16, 31, and then 14. Yesterday was really strong. And then this is today. Today doesn't count yet because it's a partial day. So I can really only evaluate up to basically yesterday. And so if I were to draw an average line through this red line here, I would see that it is slowly trending down. And what I find particularly exciting is that it's really hitting some awesome low-cost days here. 14 cents per click. That's really exceptionally good. And so I don't expect the campaign to stay there. It's probably going to zigzag a little bit up from there. But overall, it looks like the data is doing a good job helping the campaign improve and lowering the cost per click over time. And so whether you look up these metrics directly in Facebook Ads Manager, because that's where you manually create your campaigns, or using a software like Hyped to automatically run these campaigns for you, the metrics to analyze are the same and the trends you're looking for are also the same. So I hope this gives you an easy and fun tool to evaluate how your campaigns are doing. And again, even if these trend lines were going in the wrong direction here in the first week of the campaign, I would still let it run, because I have seen too many campaigns that look like they might be underperforming in the first, the second, and the third week, all of a sudden then to turn around and literally become some of my best performing tracks that eventually generated tens of thousands of listeners and hundreds of thousands of streams. So it is early on, but just an easy method to give this a quick health check. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to hit the like, the subscribe, and the bell icon below so you can get more videos like this on YouTube about how to grow your music on Spotify. If you're wondering how I created the music ad campaign for my song on Spotify that I share with you here, click by click, then check out this video here. And if you want to go even further and discover how I've grown my music from 0 to now millions of streams on Spotify with just 2 simple tools, then check out this next clip right here. Want to get your music heard on Spotify with AI? I just launched a brand new video training program called the Spotify Growth Switch, where I show you how to start growing real listeners, real fans, and real streams on Spotify in less than 10 minutes using software and AI. I've used the Spotify Growth Switch system to now grow my music to over 7 million streams and tens of thousands of monthly listeners on Spotify. This works for any music genre. It gets you real fans and listeners super fast, and it's extremely easy to set up, literally just like flipping a spotlight switch for your music. Despite using AI, you don't need to know nothing about tech stuff in order to be successful with this. I've had the tremendous privilege of helping multiple tens of thousands of music artists grow their music on Spotify, many of which have grown to much larger numbers, lots more listeners, lots more streams than I have using the systems that I've taught. Makes me so proud of their success. And so if you want to get more real listeners, real fans, and real streams for your music fast using state-of-the-art software and AI, then click the link below this video and check out the Spotify Growth Switch. I can't wait to help you grow your music on Spotify, and I look forward to seeing you on the inside.